What's up everybody, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5. We've completed chapter 1 and we saw the whole ending there, so Skullface is gone. We've dealt with that entire thing. But I guess we have to move on to bigger things in the form of Cipher. So not only are we doing that, we want to push Mother Base to even greater heights. And now we have battle gear ready as well, I believe. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. So to start with, I will head to the battle gear area, just in case there's anything to be done over there. Obviously, I know how to. I know how to post myself now to these areas. It's the best thing since sliced bread, the ability to do this. Again, I would never have figured it out if I didn't go online and just search for a faster way to do this, because taking a helicopter ride from point to point is too long, and the other alternative is the Jeep as well, which takes a few minutes. Nothing is as quick as this, from what I've gathered. Right, so they brought in battle gear all the way at the top of this bit here. So let's go. Let's see it in all its splendour up close. To be honest, battle gear looks pretty much exactly like Sahelanthropus. In fact, there was a point in the cutscene where I thought, hold on, this is Sahelanthropus. So I got a little bit confused, but I'm pretty sure it's just a look-alike. Because I mean, how different could Huey's design be anyway? There it is. I love the fact that its hand is basically the same kind of structure as Snake's one. I find that pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a replica of Sahelanthropus, unless I'm missing something. It looks very, very, very much similar. Yeah. There we go. Venom Snake and Sahelanthropus. Well, battle gear, whatever. But again, Huey's nowhere to be seen. Despite the fact that chapter 1 is over, we still don't have access to wherever this thing is. I mean, the fact that there's a red light here leads me to think that at some point they will let me in, otherwise, what's the point?
So, about the side effect of that shot. You mean how we're all infertile now? You got kids?
Analysis complete.
Not that I ever planned on getting married.
Complete.
You? The ex-wife took him. Never doing that again. I feel bad for guys who want to have him, though. Of course, most of them probably gave up on the idea of family life when they joined. Still, beats dying. Being a mute all your life. I guess it does.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing for these guys. And,
Boss,
well,
welcome home.
I mean, I'm thinking, obviously the infection must be present in Ocelot and Cars. I don't know if they've picked it up. I guess because it was the Kikongo strain, they should all be safe. So, yeah, I mean, I think Code Talker said that the Big Boss also had it, but I guess because he doesn't speak Kikongo, then it doesn't affect him. So I think he was carrying the parasite, but it wasn't going to be effective. So yeah, not too sure about that bit. Hold on, still way in here. Yeah, damn it. Alright, I think I'm going to head on to a new mission. Let's see what this chapter 2 is going to be like. Is there going to be a difficulty spike? Things going to play out differently? I really don't know. Let's do it. Accept some rewards first. Skill, tough guy. That's a good skill to have for a combat person. I'd like to get some more legendary soldiers on the base as well.
Please select landing zone confirmed.
I want to take off this battle dress. I feel heavy just looking at it. Yeah, it very much reminds me of Rex. Parts of it. I mean, the head part. This little bit here. This. That.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Legs. You can really tell that it was a predecessor of Rex. I guess Hal took notes from his father.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Alright, let's do this. Are we heading back to Afghanistan for the next mission, I wonder? Alright, here we go. We had some...
Mission list updated.
You can now give the order to develop or dispose of nuclear weapons from your iDroid. With a nuclear deterrent, even if you're discovered while infiltrating a rival PF's FOB, most PFs won't dare retaliate. But you, of all people, know how dangerous it can be to have nuclear weapons. So will you add nukes to our arsenal as a deterrent? Or will you take them away from other PFs and dispose of them to help build a world that's free of nuclear weapons? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Right, so again, I think this is an online element where they're trying to get you to kind of engage with this
Please
stuff.
specify a project.
I'm not concerned with that stuff right now. I mean, it does sound quite fun, if I'm honest. Like, later on it might be something interesting to get into, this whole, like, FOB stuff. But at the moment, I'm not... I want to just keep going, because I'm happy with how things are right now. But... well, I've got a lot of GMP. I'm going to just develop a ton of stuff right now.
Development project has been
Oh,
added.
animals. I used to love this in Metal Gear Solid 3. Yes.
Development project has been added.
Let's just develop the shit out of this stuff.
Development project has been added.
Stealth camo. Yeah, I read this in a previous thing. So it restricts it to an A rank, which doesn't really bother me. But I feel like it's going to make life too easy, but still.
Development project has been added.
Yeah, we'll equip it.
Development project has been added. Development project has been added.
Why do I still... oh, okay. Petrol bomb. That's what that little shit Eli was throwing at me. Active decoy. Stand decoy upgraded with a speaker function. Nice. Oh. Can I not develop anything else right now? Yeah. Okay. I should have started from the top down. Semi-auto sniper rifle. Whoa. Hold on now. Hold on now. So... the sniper that I needed in my life was this one. And that's still a long way away. But this one over here... that's still a long way away as well. So I don't know how useful... but then again it's a semi-auto. Another semi-auto. And that's going to be available soon. What's the level? 39. Wow, so it's all the way up to grade 7, so... I'm assuming surely here or something that's going to become... trankable. Eight times zoom, 3 steps, stopping power up. That's good as well. Even this one would be fairly useful. To be honest, I've started to use this now, so I'm just going to keep hold of that. Yeah, we're going to need to get into the 30s before we can really get to the top level stuff. Whoa. Oh shit, I was going to expand the base. I probably should have done that. And the final thing I want to check is the assault rifles. There's a silence one available that I saw here. How is this? Improve stability while moving. AMMRS4R. I'm not really getting how it's... why I would have this. Is it just the fact that it's equipable by security team staff that makes it better? Because I feel like this weapon is pretty much the same as this, right? Oh, I get a second suppressor here. That's good. Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to continue going along this route here. But again, I need to be up into the 30s. Oh, level 51. I wonder what the cap is for team level. My effective range doesn't go up, but I get a dot sight. And I get a long magazine. Nice. This could be good for like sprinting through and just trying to get S ranks, if you ever want to do that. Okay, that's enough of that. We'll listen to the cassettes once we get on with the mission.
Please select a mission.
Alright, so we have, like I said, a mixture of story ones and not so story ones. So depending on whether I enjoyed the mission or not, I might go back to it. We'll have to see. Let's see how I'm feeling. Because on the one hand, I need to improve Mother Base as well, so...
Mission not accepted. Mission heading to Afghanistan.
Let's do that. Assault mode. Let's go back to the old trusted combination. Again, I need to keep tranking as my priority. Still can't... To be honest, I haven't checked anything for her yet. I need to go back and have a look at that actually. I might be able to develop something for my buddies.
Please specify
Oh, I can finally
project.
develop the blood-soaked version. Oh man. It's going to have to be for the next mission. And I can do that as well. Damn it, I should have checked these. Okay, fine. Let me just do the mission anyway.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
Alright, I've got a lot of uniforms now. Let's go back to something a bit different. Golden Tiger. Wow. The arms look weird. I can't see what it looks like with a scarf, or maybe there isn't a scarf. Yeah, let's just go with Splitter for a change. Why not? Right, I need to get a tank as well for the thingy mission. I've got to remember that.
Deploying.
For the combat deployment. The time required to expand Mother Base only progresses while in-game. Ah, right, okay. To know too much. Yeah, so let's see what direction the story is going to go in from here. Because those cutscenes did seem very interesting, the stuff that we saw in the little trailer, Chapter 2.
Find and extract the missing CIA agent. The target was laying low with the friendly Mujahideen during the vocal cord parasites incident. The man headed back to OKB-0 after the Soviets recaptured it. Check the target's VI on your iDroid.
Okay. Haven't heard too much about the CIA in this game so far. I think they were quite a big presence in Peace Walker. Yeah, I can set some cassette tapes playing straight away.
Please select a mission.
Alright, let's start with Sahelanthropus.
The map has
Then
been
again, this is a bit
updated.
old. Do I really need it now? Oh no, the captured Sahelanthropus. So wait, that is but we blew that thing to smithereens. You see, that's what's been confusing me. It looks so much like Sahelanthropus because I think it is. But it looked like the whole thing was blown to shreds, but I guess maybe we'll understand in a minute.
Emmerich didn't go with depleted uranium for Sahelanthropus' armor because of its strength.
He had nukes in mind.
Exactly. It's meant to use its body as the fuel component for a nuclear weapon.
That makes a lot more sense.
Sahelanthropus uses built-in uranium enrichment archaea to melt its own body and extract uranium-235 from the depleted uranium in its armor.
Wow.
Those archaea perform the enrichment in an extremely short time. The concentration jumps by a factor of several hundred, from 0.2% to over 90%. The end result being highly enriched weapons-grade uranium.
I really wonder how feasible all that is.
Sahelanthropus' body itself becomes a nuclear bomb.
Whoa.
Emmerich says if it were to self-destruct, the nuclear yield would be somewhere in the region of 15 kilotons. Since
How much
you
is
need
that?
about 50 kilograms of highly enriched uranium to trigger a nuclear reaction, that would mean Sahelanthropus contains something like 23 tons of depleted uranium.
Holy
That's
shit.
not very much.
No,
Oh.
it isn't. That's about what you'd expect to find in a main battle tank's armor.
Alright, maybe
The
not.
point is, it can be transported anywhere, even use its conventional weaponry on the battlefield. And the international community will never suspect a thing.
Okay, I thought that was a lot, but obviously I don't know my tanks and shit, so... So it can turn itself into a nuclear bomb, that's interesting, and it enriches uranium internally.
I just received word from the R&D team and the transport team out of Afghanistan. They finished installing Sahelanthropus on the base. It's ours now.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it
Don't
was
let any of the
Sahelanthropus.
staff touch that thing. Especially Emmerich.
Of course. That guy's crush on Sahelanthropus is beyond a joke. Guess he really wants to see his tech stand on its own two legs this time.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it. So you've got no plans to make it operational again?
Damn right.
Boss, I want to hear it straight from you.
Hear what?
What the hell do you want with that thing? The drive is busted. It's not like it has a nuke on board. Even if the metallic archaea could turn it into a nuclear weapon, all it could do is self-destruct. Sahelanthropus just isn't a weapon anymore. It'll draw unwanted attention without even being a deterrent.
I know.
The weapons development strut sank 2 feet under that thing's wake. That's 1 year's drop in a single night. We've started on reinforcing the strut, but there's no guarantee it'll hold up if a storm hits.
I know that too.
Boss, why keep it?
It's a mark. Us Diamond Dogs, we don't have a country to call home. That means we have no past, nothing to prove that we lived. Every one of us threw it all away when we came here. Sahelanthropus is a symbol to show that the likes of us brought at least one crisis to its end.
A mark in history. So we can't just fade away.
It's of no practical use to us. But we still need it.
A symbol of what we've done. I'm glad I sounded you out on this. Snake, on behalf of all of us,
Complete.
I want to thank you.
Analysis
I don't
complete.
need gratitude. I need security. Keep Emmerich away from that thing.
Roger that.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely right. I like the idea of keeping it in that way, but they're calling it non-operational, but they're saying that it could theoretically be self-destructed. You don't want 15 kilotons of nuclear weaponry being able to destruct right in the middle of your base, basically the place that you call home. So either they should find a way to
Analysis complete.
make it impossible for it to self-destruct, because I mean, in its current state, yeah, okay, if we keep Emmerich and whatever away from it, it's fine, but all it takes is for one person to somehow activate its self-destruction mode, and we're all fucked.
Sun will
So
rise momentarily.
I'm not sure how wise
Enemy presence
it is
detected.
to keep it.
Map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Okay, it's busy.
Analysis complete.
But we're back to C grade, man.
Analysis complete.
Some B grade.
Analysis
Oh,
complete.
there we go, that's more like it. How are we doing in terms of capacity at Mother Base? There's plenty of room in the security team. Yeah, we can still Fulton plenty of guys without there being a problem. I think those two are going to continue on their way. He's a B-grade medic. Might need him. These days I'm preferring to just like let them fall themselves over time. I don't always need the headshot. There we go. And I mean, they stay knocked out for quite some time, so it's not such a massive problem. This guy's quite far away from everyone else, if I'm honest. Still got to land them headshots when you can. If we can take that guy down, his buddies are going to go and investigate. I didn't think it was going to turn around that fast.
Guard post captured.
Guard post captured. Then again, I'm not the missionary yet, so I don't need to interrogate anyone here, I don't think. Let's just send everyone on their way.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Obviously get the supplies as well. Need to make sure I don't forget to try and fault another tank.
You gonna extract him?
I could definitely get one in the back up, back down mission. Would love a level 2 suppression on this thing as well.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright, let's listen to another cassette.
You gonna extract him?
You said that the nuke Skullface was trying to spread around the world were equipped with a failsafe. Something that could shut them down at will. His will.
Quite so. After all, he needed a guarantee that a buyer wouldn't simply turn the weapons back on him.
So how can they be stopped?
The criticality trigger, that is, the detonator, is a complete black box design. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds, using the corroding archaea. The design ensures that no detonation is possible unless he disengages the lock.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precisely. The client simply presses a button. At that moment, the detonator begins transmission with a surveillance satellite. The satellite reports to him how the client is trying to use the nuke. If he does not object, the lock is disengaged.
But if it's a risk to him in any way,
the detonator melts down. The same is true if detonation does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged. The nuke is rendered useless.
who the hell would buy something with strings attached like that?
The client would never know until the moment they actually tried to use it. Most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate.
Why does he always have to talk like this?
And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in the first place.
Let me guess. He'd claim it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier than a used car salesman.
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet. This is how he works.
Very interesting. I guess, I mean, if you have a system like that in place, it definitely makes sense. And it's definitely very dangerous. Why have I got a trophy for that? No idea.
Please specify
Alright, let's develop
project.
this.
Capay the Lurch
Let's develop that. I'm sure that's very useful. Okay.
He mentioned the
Development
palace.
complete.
Probably La Marjate Palace. Security there will be
Please
tight.
specify a
Think you can
project.
grab the target before he arrives? I'm sending his predicted route to your iDroid.